banzarangar padma sagarda ahom 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 banzarangar padma sagarda Banzarangara Padma Sadarda Ahom 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 Banzarangara Padma Sadarda Banzaranger Padma Sadarda Ahom 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 Banzaranger Padma Sadarda सदर्द ahum banjarangara padma sadarda 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 ahum banjarangara सदर्द Ahum Banjarangara Padma Sadarda 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 Ahum Banjarangara सदर्द ahum banjarangara padma sadarda 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 ahum banjarangara सदर्द ahum banjarangara padma sadarda 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 ahum banjarangara सदर्द Ahum Banjarangara Padma Sadarda 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 Ahum Banjarangara Ahom Banjarangara Padma Sagarga Ahom Banjarangara Padma Sagarga
Om Sambara Sambara Bamana Saramaha Zambaba Hum Palasoha Om Sambara Sambara Bamana Saramaha Zambaba Hum Palasoha Om Sambara Sambara Bamana Saramaha Zambaba Hum Palasoha Nam Daram Janalan Jabam Jashim Shorji Janab Jipaya Sarji Chuda Gim Danam Baba Sokan Lab Shamsal Darjab Jashi Shodami Yelabo Saltan Tunduvergon Shamba Janwala Gita Walatam Bakan Lagomba Jachira Japa Chanan Hambur Taram Pagasalata Walatana Simchanan Hamja Largon Jabba Wala Yetsamam Zalapa Zarabata Dim Sansaman to be Trashi, Walam Pilava, Devara Shakba, Yala, Shamzalon, Janwalajan, Warden, Durjins and Sherry, the Wangumbo, Shambo, Wala Saye, Nyambo, Japan, and Berezel, Namki, Nyambo, Pamchak and Dabzan, Pala Durji, Parkarala, Shanda, Norva, Dawara, Janya, Mayev, Shamsan, Lagnam, Trashi, what a game, Church, Shanchabu, Yala, Shamza, the Lord, and Chenadin, Rashir, Sirgeniam, Don John Mamza, Yelon, Kamala, Yantara, Don Don, Banzo, Walabi, Manabe, Jeremson, Wam Jerem, Corridors, there, and Chenatamcho, Jeb, Shamzan, and Janam, Shorte, Jerevan, Georgia, Deep, Yadama, Garsorango, Tambi, Walabi, the verb, Jashil, Hamo, Yala, Shamza, the Samba, Chimbu, Dim, George, made the verb, Merton, and Yelam Koroton, Party, Boda, La Wami, Mavzan, am Tuti, Lardim, Korolota, Shalata, Donton, Durji, Janamba, Churtin, Jemson, and Zanan, Sassaman is a Galam Tashi, Pidan, Jitin, Jella, Shams, the Lord, Darjatan, the Shower. Dotton, one bill, some Duna, Yevjan, and Trashim, de la Pansama, so better. Shanakan, the land. Rudamojin and Chajarazin of the so Gigi, Jalami, Mulan, leave, show me. Kanabzan to the virgin and Jim, the Gerajan, Namor and Adaya, Namobanga. Bandar Mahadin, the Bandar Mahaban, Bandar Jaya, Namo Bangawatim Bandar Sara Jamradana Tatangataya, Arahati Samyam Sampataya, Tarayata Umban, Zirimban, Zirimaham Bandar Mahadin, Zambandar Mahabaya, Bandar Maha, Buddha Zatan Bandar Maha, Buddha Mandrupa, Sandraman, Bandar Sarvakarama, Warana, Bishudanam Bandar Suana, Murana Jaya, Namo Bangawatim Bandar Sara Jamradana Tatangataya, Arahati Samyam Sampataya, Tarayata Umban, Zirimban, Zirimaham Bandar Mahadin, Zambandar Mahabaya, Bandar Maha, Buddha Zatan Bandar Maha, Buddha Mandrupa. Manam Bandar Sarvakarma Warana Bijudanam Banjiri Zo Malisim Janaganan Jem Gunjiraja Dalade Hom Jimam Zadam Jum Zadangunamamani Shabjanam Jenan Jeraba Chamadanam Kurinjinim Dara Shalzai Zolai Lam deep zip shara Yala didum charam dayina Chutadam chula bada jedaba Techadam chumandan Jisai Zola Babam Jamhala Janara Jirbala Shanzala da sa tam jabji ditne na ti sama shaba ma ya sange gan da ge ma le de da lam jala da le da nga ya la da me jabje o Zambu shurba mulam dog da ge jarwa tam jala ya je ngon samanda Daniel Lira Mandarbaye, Janava Kanara Dab Shamsalalo, Darjidana, Daniel Sandina, Sardi, Jawina, Jipata, Tetra Jayana Maliba, Tanjala Jarava, the Gigawarmo. Tedam Gaba Mazala Jamsona Mayanji and Lava Jamsu Dekanji Jarawa Ganji Yundan Rajala Jam they were a Shagabat and Jala Dagib Metawatam Bantawatam Bata Selenian and Dam Shipa Dim Choda Marmin Choda Dipu Dambaye Jarawa de Dalanam Chopurj Nabza Tambanam Tantum Jawada Shima Permara Revenyamba Kolapa Jalpara Pagban Chokanji, Jarva de Dalanam Choperj, Cholpakanam Lamila Jacheva, Tita Jarva Tamchadalayamo, Zambu Shola Talbot of Dagagi, Jarva Kanlab Jamsulan Choperj, Duchagirdatam Wangina, Litanga Tipjan Yachicha, Deepa the Game Jipa Chimchipa, Teta Tamjada. So survivor, Shokji, Jaravakanda, Sardi, Ranjidanam, Dam, Lockdown, Malhogda, Doak and James Sunam and Kalayan, Deta Ganji, Sub Diera, Kanam and Shokji, Jitin, Dunmanam, Shanchaberim, Beresanji, Majamni, Gombo, Tetam, Dakim, Tamjadam, Korolob, Lana, Midpam, Korvarakad, Yangananda, Tunakamjala, Deta Lam, Doak and Panjang de Webshire, Kalapa Janga, Dalanyan, Jiparayam, the game, Dalmor of Jerez. Sharbada, Jesus, Ram Kaljan, Zorvay, Giva, Johnson, the game, Chasaba, Tamjalam, the game, Shanchab, Shirif, Shanab, Jipa, Sanji, Jum, Dandy, Tamjad, Sachalani, Shanchibus and Why Chimbunam, Lama, Durjim, Zamba, Chimbunam, Dalargon, Shanchib, Number and Gigi, where Sanji, Namla, Jabson, Chudam, Shanchibus and Why, Sola, Division of Jabson, Shanchib, Number and Gigi, where Sanji, Namla, Jabson, Chudam, Shanchibus and Why, Sola, Division of Jabson, Shanchib, Number and Gigi, where Sanji, Namla, Jabson, Chudam, Shanchibus and Why, Sola, Division of Jabson, Jatar, Mundi, Deshadim, Shanchibetin, Jabada, Shanchibus and Quim, Lapala, Teta, Ramjanani Batar, Division Dola, and Dunda, Shanchibusim, Nam Jajan, Division and Tanam, Lapala, and Babs and Bab Laparabja. Chatarangonjib, the Sharadim, Shanchibetin and Jabada, Shanchibusin, Quim, Lapala, the Taramjanani Batar, Division Dola, Pandunda, Shanchibusim, Nam Jajan. Danam Lapala, and Babs and Bab Laparabja. Chatarangonjib, the Sharadim, Shanchibetin and Jabadam, Shanchibusin, Quim, Lapala, the Taramjanani Batar, Division Dola, Pandunda, Shanchibusim, Nam Jajan, Division and Tanam Lapala, and Babs and Bab Laparabja. Daksim River, you the Mayet Bala Paratoba, Terra Sanji Research, Sanji is a Tajarata, Tanab the kitchen, Jari Tam Tamboli Samade, Jumala Zambur in the La, Yoparaman Jarate Teresha, Long Eve Shelter, Pambuli, Chitterin Chinayan Patar, Division of Jersey 13, Sanjabus of the last, Ducky Terra Chilpatam to the Jib, Shangar and Drew. tab de shagan dan wart de lam dun du zananji tatang lam la so ga verji shanche bsim choram bochi marchi ba nam chi jerji chi pa nyam ba me par yang kong ne kong dan phe ver sho shanche bsim dan mam der jam shanche bshul nam jor ba ta sorji nam chi yom zom jan da je le nam pa ver sho Tila gong dribishom, gombo ina gong gong ba, simchana namla, tim jirisho, simchana tamchadab di tang, dan jiriji, ngandu tamchadab takta, tong varasho, shanchibu sen hua gang tag sarbji ba, di tag ganji, mula mam drapare, sho, oma hongsha, bechin barwa wanga bob jangda, di tong zuzuru tagba, yeshirka, majagdib dana ba mi ram janni, durjenya mana wa chimbu kwal, Churkana wam tai durji chum jitana wam ji te ji ji chazi palma jerbo khordinga wam jer najda zana wam chana herga sawai shi bandra wara dem chondol bu jerbo de chene de mane jirgi em chori shet man chodan jagde wam shi de tonkar wam zre durji khwa unda ki cho na tom nyam ba chimbo nganya da durji kai karti che samayo ngam song ge ji kham sam ge wazara marbo khonde on Chabat ji tam chadayo shanda parashi durji chaban shimbu titina namni ngodrum durkim choktodoja durji chokcha chaban shimbu ye nakta dewa chimbur dum shile ban tai yem jada davaro karjana durji konva shiva jamjig ramjam sasama wangal hatsola ki bi survam dip sub shinjelo chotana ngodrum durgi watad togmil wandab shibu mudru zodo ma hosh de chana barwa wanga pok janda de tong zo zoro to pa yeshirka ma chaga dev dan ba me ram janni durjinya mana wa chimbu wal churka na wam dai durji chum jitin wam ji de ji ji chaze bal ma der bo kordinga wam jer na chada zana wan chan herga sawa yeshi bandra wara dem chong do pa jer po de shin der man ne jirgi em chori shita man chodam jade wam shi de tong kar wam zer durji wa unda ki cho na tom nyam ba chimbu nganyat durji kai karji to samayo amgamana zongab jadi kam samang wazara marapon konde onla chabat ji tam chadayo shande parapshi durji chaba chimbu thi jina nani ngodum dargim chotolo durji chacha jaba chimbu yi notda deva chimbu dum shile ban thai yem jala davaro karjan darji komba sheva jamji ramjam sa samawangal hatsola gibi zurwam dev sub shinjelo chotana ngodum dargi khwata tomila wandab shile pu tribu sodo ma hon bechin barwa wanga pop janda de tong so so to pa yeshirka ma chaga dev dan ba mi ram janni durjinya mana wa chimbu khol churka na wam tai durji chum jitina wam shi thi ji ji chazi bal ma jer bo holdinga wam jer na dur zana wan chen herka sawa yeshi bandra wara dem jong da bo jer bo de chen chotanam jagde wam sig de tong kar wam zer durji khwa onda ki so na tom nyam ba chimbu nganyal ta durji kai karchi cha samayo ngam sung gem jadi kam sum wazar mar bong khonde onla chabat ji tam cha de yo shan da parap shin durji chag ba chimbu ti ji na nan ni ngodum dar gim chok so do durji chag cha chag ba chimbu yi na ta de wa chimbu dam sile pa thai jem jada davaro kar chan darji kom va se va jam ji pa ram jam za sama wangal ha zola gi bi zurwan de sub shinjelo chotana ngodum dar gi khwata thogmi de wan de shed ba ngu ji so na orgen yen gen ab shan sam balma kesar dom bola yam sanam chak ngu de ni balma joni ji za jam khortam khandu ma bo koran cherji ji sa da de ji shinji lob shir shag su gar palma sada de hoy chad bangaram samjada jabrin din chimbob jada shansam ni wam jib jada dabchin gbadel ha zolan zorvam dib sub shinji lob shana sawi wa chazo zamba yibjin dabada chotan tan mong jib zoda jad bangaram samjada jabrin din chimbob jada shansam ni wam jib jada dabchin gbadel ha zol zorvam dib sub shinji lob shana sawi wa chazo zamba yibjin dabada chotan tan mong jib zoda jab bangaram samjada jabrin din chimbob jada shansam ni wam jib jada dabchin gbadel ha zolan nam sarvam dip sup shinji lo bishana sami varchasu sambaya bshinda badam chodan tamang dribzada chada bangaram samjatam taparin din chimbabjat shansam niwa dribjata dribchim gabjal hazo Sambaya bshinda badam chodan tamang dribzada chada bangaram samjatam taparin din chimbabjat shansam niwa dribjata dribchim gabjal hazo sarvam dip sup shinji lo bishana sami varchasu Sambaya bshinda badam chodan tamang dribzada chada bangaram samjatam taparin din chimbabjat shansam niwa dribjata dribchim gabjal hazo sarvam dip sup shinji lo bishana sami varchasu Sambaya bshinda badam chodan tamang dribzada chada bangaram samjatam taparin din chimbabjat shansam niwa dribjata Shana Sami Varchas, Sambaya Bshinda Badam, Chodan Tamang, Dribzada, Bangaram Samjeta. Jilo Bshana Sami Varchas, Sambaya Bshinda Badam, Chodan Tamang, Dribzada, Chenam Durjam, Solvata Putim, Dagzogan, Dani Pusapshos, Nata Galapon, Tapsu de Javada, Chutam Jashim Per Zat Jimmy Tomba, near Tatim Jonga, now give me the zombie, give me a Ramdan and I'm Karim Chutin again to where and China Santa Panya Daverta. Tomba told me the Shaja Sangina, Sirjim, Dokjanam Santa, Waveshaladan, Chukur, some sort of Durji, still a drum, Shagayes have none of Shagja, Lakjan, Shagayana, Yamshag, Dirty, Homsalanama, Sirjir, Terzak, Jello, Juan Barava. Yes, she was a Javi, Quayan, Jabani, worship, Jellan, if the name chatting so, Parents of Jamsum, Kurji, Kurjan, Jambazam, Jim, Tamili, Namjad of Devan, Chakwa, Qualatura, Japkan, and Deep of Daniel, Chimbur, Salan, Chimbo, so Dananimi, Jam, Zone, Molam, Chimbo, Abjatab. Parkarataram Sam to Shirma, Doi, Dombati, Janam, Shamzalalo, Darjana Gosama gates or long should have G, comes on to the perch and the minim, but Tomalanip Saradicto Mali, Banyan name Jodipa Jarpo, so sort of Paratan, so she would give an Tisam Sarlajis, Yerango, Zabjaji, Chujim Kurlo, Salam, Shorjanaman, Chalparam, Kurta, Chona. Kastavi Yeshirka, Tixaman Pomdirme, Parapshimolaji, Dajina or a change, Sultan and Jam, Jerpazirka, Tartana, Ramzod, Daki, Tixama Sarapa, Gates or Jim, Quachavandro, I can laugh and halata. Jalabu, the Paranip Shalajan, Chujin, Janava, Compound, Operation, Dachani, Mindro, and Gumilanam, and Tijin, Harper, Zomba, Patanale, Jantan, Tim, the Renchinanam, Samanja, now I genial, Jin, Chaninial, Devsara Jam, Chosomi, the cheaper, Yelchita, Bianyani, Sundevana, Unjetam, Jachin, Bumania, Varab, Shantavarta, Tiji, Jim, Zanam, Sanam Jalbada, Zombie Perchanji, Stone Birka, Leia Shinji, was there not Zorba, now I chimbo, Dardan Simchin and Tamjadi, Japat, Tamjalab, Salajan, Takba, Shimbo, Lamji, Yundan, Salajan, the city, Shermer Torba, Sanumber, Sam Lama, Stumbachum, Dandi, Tips and a Sharbada, Chumbayan, the Parazoba, Sanji, Quadjera, Sharjam, Tabana, Shagan, Chutur Jefson Chom Lam, Tombachum Dandi, Tips and a Sharbada, Chumbayan, the Parazoba, Sanji, Quadjera, Sharjam, Tabana, Shagan, Salam, Chutur Jefson Chom Lam, Tombachum Dandi, Tips and a Sharbada, Chumbayan, the Parazoba, Sanji, Quadjera, Sharjam, Tabana, Shagan, Sal, Chutur Jefson Chom Lam, Tombachum Dandi, Tips and a Sharbada, Chumbayan, the Parazoba, Sanji, Quadjera, Sharjam, Tabana, Shagan, Salam, Chutur Jefson Chom Lam, Tumba Chumdan di Divsion, Shabata, Jumbayan, the Parazopa, Sarji, Parjera, Shajan, the Banam, Shagam, Zalom, Chudur, Jefson, Lam. Tumba Chumdan di Divsion, Shabata, Jumbayan, the Parazopa, Sarji, Parjera, Shajan, the Banam, Shagam, Zalom, Chudur, Jefson, Lam. Tumba Chumdan di Divsion, Shabata, Jumbayan, the Parazopa, Sarji, Parjera, Shajan, the Banam, Shagam, Zal, Chudur, Jefson, Tanya, Mani, Mani, Mahamana, Zoatane, Mani, Mani, Mahamana, Zoatane, Mani, Mani, Mahamana, Tanya, Mani, Mani, Mahamana, Zoatane, Mani, Mani, Mahamana, Tanya, Mani, Mani, Mahamana, Zoatane, Mani, Mani, Mahamana, Zoatane, Mani, Mani, Mahamana, Zoatane, Mani, Mani, Mahamana, Tanya, Mani, Mani, Mahamana. Tane do mani mani mahamana soha mani mani mahamana zo 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 mani mani mahamana soha devara shakba chirka chimra dam kurta gatse sata shankananda chirjen sam chakab zambu chinra wa tendra konar dasu jirva sho nami Sarvata Tangata Bayo Bakuma Kambe Sarvata Kangate Sabarana Mangangana Kansu Hai Dotan Kandra Dam to watch it. Listen by me, Jim to the Sunshine and Jet. Norva Dam to the Quater Pony and Jim, Solon Chateau, some done hundreds of Jim Dotan Kandra Dam to watch it. Listen by me, Jim to the Sunshine and Jet. Norva Dam to the Quater Pony and Jim, Solon Chateau, some done hundreds of Jim Dotan Kandra Dam to watch it. Listen by me, Jim to the Sunshine and Jet. Norva Dam to the Quater Pony and Jim, Solon Chateau, some done hundreds of the Gandab Samo Yeshi to Bessel, Yanti Gelmo Ekanzatram, Yeshile Danjit in Mamuso, Solom Chatam Chermim Chanim Zut, Hoin Gandab Samo Yeshi to Bessel, Yanti Gelmo Ekanzatram, Yeshile Danjit in Mamuso, Solom Chatam Chermim Chanim Zut, Hoin Gandab Samo Yeshi to Bessel, Yanti Gelmo Ekanzatram, Yeshile Danjit in Mamuso, Solom Chatam Chermim Chanim Zut. Trong trong chim chi chim bù ra la, chả ban em chỉ để đông mòn chả chả đào, za ta để cái đó ba tiếp chỉ em chim, số lòng chả tâm chả mềm chả nem rút, chả trong trong chim chi chim bù ra la, chả ban em chỉ để đông mòn chả chả đào, za ta để cái đó ba tiếp chỉ em chim, số lòng chả tâm chả mềm chả nem rút, chả trong trong chim chi chim bù ra la, chả ban em chỉ để đông mòn chả chả đào, za ta để cái đó ba tiếp chỉ em chim, số lòng chả tâm chả mềm chả nem rút. Tam chân cheva chen bu ti lim san je dem tam am zang gam pho nyin so kap chala sam ja ji ji so tam chim so lom cha tam chal wim chan lim zut hoen tam chân cheva chen bu ti lim san kap chala sam ja ji ji so tam chim so lom cha tam chal wim chan lim zut hoen tam chân cheva chen bu ti lim san je dem tam am zang gam pho nyin so kap chala sam ja ji ji so tam chim so lom cha tam chal wim chan lim zut Ban ma huang ge guan yin nan de wo qi, xie zhen zhe ge bu jie de bo yang ni hui, sa ma de bu guai guai de ban jin, so lom che tam che de wim chen lim zut, shi ban ma huang ge guan yin nan de wo qi, xie zhen zhe ge bu jie bo yang ni hui, sa ma de bu guai guai de ban jin, so lom che tam che de wim chen lim zut, shi ban ma huang ge guan yin nan de wo qi, xie zhen zhe ge bu jie de bo yang ni hui, sa ma de bu guai guai de ban jin, so lom che tam che de wim chen lim zut. Gong shi ge yen la zhan ba sam ji jiang, do de peng o zhe ben de wa ren za bai ye, chur jiong ye shen nan do de wen jian na men jin, da gam sam de ma li, ni ren zhe ben zo de am kor di chu ken, ka da ri ben a ran da mam ge ye shi o le ni long o wardan jam bu dur ji la nam ba Chapchi yabshem nor benyed karak salam zim zama banja daya chin chum chedab shagji ral jalek wamanam Jamni chela chon la zara mi dem cho rana tagp yand la mir ni chin ra ser ni jang kam bajana do mara 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 bajana do sedanan jerjim jerab wazarjim dagam loitani manbarab salani kadam tamju jonli topaye dojur pab nawab jaddo solo
영제체 모르서도 놈이죠. 오늘 뭐는 좀 모르겠다. 밖으로 다른 감산도 실물도 돈바 투제잖아 기존 저런 저기 장감사 저 투제셨나 연락 이제 맨번 조자라 소란데 공교 또반 보러 신제라今天
Well, we have a very special class today. It is not really according to our previous plans. It is, in fact, a temporary, or rather very spontaneous class that I added on based on a video of Phuntsog Rinpoche back in 1993. I really encourage all of you to study this teaching given by Phuntsog Rinpoche and watch this video. So today I'd like to then give some teaching based on that, some of my thoughts, my feelings, and to share my experiences with you. Some of you probably are not yet Buddhists. Some of you are probably just simply feeling interested about today's topic. And today we in fact added Korean translation, simultaneous translation in fact. So we use different ways to try to have a glimpse of what Phuntsog Rinpoche taught back then. And before the actual talk, I really hope that you can receive the siddhi based on Phuntsog Rinpoche's Guru Yoga and through the blessings of Phuntsog Rinpoche. Are we going to have the oral transmission of aspiration of Samadhi? Yes? Okay. So I'll give you the oral transmission first. I think in our announcement, I said that I'm going to give the Samadhi aspiration to good actions, as well as Jumipa Rinpoche's praise of Kshitigarbha, Bodhisattva, and summoning of the spirit of abundance. In fact, we chant the Samadhi aspiration every single day over here, and I've encouraged you to make the same aspiration. Therefore, I'll give you the oral transmission today. And before that, today, in fact, I'm going to give you the Guru Yoga or transmission as well. The Guru Yoga or transmission. In fact, I hope by this I'll receive the blessings of Phuntsog Rinpoche. So I'll give you the Guru Yoga and the oral transmission.
전이 저거들 만면 저런 더 버전을 하면 살 어느 저 버전이 저거 저 디지털로 이나면 지금 도자로 소라도 공지 또 방법을 신질 지속 진입 성들 암탄 남아고니 틀려되는 것이 원해지냐 절근이 지진디 이제 절근이 지진디 라마단 그럼님 비전은 또 버럽삼 지블론디 출king adam 냠버잖아 때다 나틀라밍 월테디긴 쇼lum란지 버셔 지라숑 쯤든 버샹 버다 덤비 다 트비 전년가 디즈 공중 마위 원시这工作当中讲做让当所作用了攀比学等等这些这个是可能在把对嘛的东江比让这做没得下来人去真的这边往修中龙都江族龙都江族这龙都江族一个吧是的我龙中怎么看人家真切的这呢只把我这个嘎达也把这这也把这다나 란자 월크도 뭐 반자 오르는 바바 좀뭐 좀 뭐는 디디어 원자 오르는 줄 알아 좀 자로 진짜로 좀 진짜 나디는 좀 보면 이상하게 건도 말리도 담전 날리도 또 이제 좀뭐 좀 뭐는 또 저라 담지 이게 뭐 좀더 생각 되는 일 없고 뭐 이제라 건라도 좀 들어도 치도나더니 선지 지지면 좀 대다 주기하는 많이 받음지 저라도 그거 뭐 되던 거 무슨 잠조나 하지않고 잠조 자근이 저라 건지 온다라 저장 되어서 받음지 또 매동담만 장화담 받은 선년남도 취받음 저도 말면 저도 듣보담 받은 저라도 돌아는 줄 버리 나자다 말남다 저도 제마 પર마를 년 받은 거 배치 부분 조건이 저라도 돌아는 줄 초박강 남남이 제지와도 저라 담질라요 뭐 전부 저 더비도 그 저거나 정도 저변도 저저 너도 먹은 건 리당하다 이제 저도 받아 이게 받은 집 앞에 도 담지도 그 수술 저 저거나 전제 제전제 남들도 말로 나와 근지 전 저 간한테도 근지 지수도 그럼 좀 지는 좀 남전저런 버선제 마저님 고무관도 다 탐지는 콜로나는 버코로 그럼 냥다도 같이 대단한 조건 거도 ukara진 거더니 주변에다가 다른 저소라지 정도라도 좀 잡아다 지제 이런 거 전화 얘기가 좀 더 줘서 봐도 담지도 기전 좀 저런 거 내버선이 남도 좀 제인지 내가 그런 좀 가마신데 도남녀라 삼조 전조는 버선제 전조 제가 저는 전입받아도 되지 용서도 버는데 전주장으로 좀 여러도 선지지라도 거를 좀 전주 거는 전입받아도 또 돈남에 되어는 저런 거 건지 저는 만도 버지 저래와는 버서 전주와도 동지는 거 근데 제가 잠버지 들어보는 저버지 하나 더 너너라도 저저 여러 가지 지수로 없죠. 정부 주바 용서도 주던 좀 줘봐 좀 해도 벌써 많이 좀 해서 할까 나도 좀더 아메리카는 로아 근지 좀 받음 저도 더 주. 디전 바로 전화라던데 전선 나 주만저도 바가는 좀 되라. 되나 용서 정을 저래더니 모두 질르는 조선지는 로아 남자야. 저 뭐뭐 지면 저안 열나 남고도 매들 저 강고장도 좀 바로 동어람도 저 되어서 대단 좋아 근고는 좋아 담질라는 밤을 저 주방에서 지서 심지도 저도 좀 좀 보셔봐 donora rabdun jama karo kando jo baranje do jo dum 주바 다 대다도 도도 버죠 리다도 nemjin jo ba no mo chi dans la pamre do bitobana dombo jo barabdo do mana 대다도 도도 버죠 대도 도 나면 염명 산지 지주 그럼 고모는 먼저 도 자라도 마음 karo kando 버죠 대도 나면 저 버죠 자라는 기타 미준도 저 ba kando dombo jo 바 넘버 조 마음 karo kando 주바담제 대한 코로나 존음이지 도는 맞으니 다다 제로 당전 돈더다 용도 근기 먼저 도도 제를 뜻이나는 저는 대장도 섬기미들 산지는 산지 지구나 주바 전 주바 전전 자वर 여 대들 많이 담지 정선양 찾음 전에 되는 산지 산지함 전에 점서도 거를 점수 쇼전랍든지 송신 양력 점수 저긴 제로 근기 용도랍지 저는 좋아 근기 산바지장 산지 송라 도든지 버죠 되든지 소비자라 담제던 거는 전노랍도 거라이 대도강 소마즈나 로이도 기도자랍든지 마오카라 담든지 버는 까지 지기냐나 도저 까지 지기도든지 버려 예 거라도 홈사대도 까지 지기는 지버 대선 잡아면 인생계 간데도 까지 지나도 그나 너도 대도 그는 저나 디면 지버 남들도 이제 그나 대도 대도 들치도 남은 대들 많이 좀 조선 자라다가 좀 고반고 아마존도 많은 점들로 말던 경우는 냥데 바라도 좀도 너무 먹은 이런도 좀 그는 좀 돈도 그는 거의 도배도 근데 요도 좀도 근데 점점도 그는 게 손은 돈도 잡아면 맨지로 이제도 싫었던 또 그 장주 돈도 저버지 돈도 연수도 저기 뭐 돈도 그는 저버지 또 미라시 장좀 뭐 쇼버 돈도 저버지 장 점수 넘버 더 전 점수 돈 넘버 준 점수라도 또 버지 이 점수라도 또 버지 저 점수 넘버 또 뭐는 점수 온도 또 버지 상 점수라도 현재 가는 점수를 좀 강한 대응 잡자라 예전전전전 좀 쇼비 장주 상진에 되게 더만 저버지 저렇게 이제 또 바꾼 거 먹는 건도 전 개발되던 좀 쇼비 저렇게 연도 탐지랍다는 걸 리더 좀 쇼바돈 Ngwa zombo kuba tsindrawa tentra tenda to nyom zombo risho. Kani kia zombo shepi jirin jawar jirin monum. Maung karo kanda marjo war de isha mali zombo risho shuba tona tsad ma jirji yondar namjan tsab zombo risho. Shuba tsami balang nene kya tetang namjan zhayon tsarin. Tetang zhaya tamjin tsara jiran nam kanta dik jirat jizan basim jimalim tayang tetang ma jizan letang nyom tar jirat takar monum tayang tetang mo chub jiran. Chok je kang chok je jang nam tayi pa rinji gyan di gyara nalang para tata me deyim chok nam jang jang kar darni kara parwawe kang ngor gyaro nda tonib chan chokar ji zara mo jalang chitang da bar jim sonum dambim chok dun dun gyaro kang zonjir monum dambani dini nga zong damjir bongon jir dini chobongan bar bonga naan tayi deyim deydagar ni bara nyan deyran so matsindaryang deydag lapar ngon kando zambo deyang jinrawa kando zambo deyang jinrawa 대다그랑 보면 또 대전전 참여가 보도 그렇게 반남 건강시 원고 시바도 대정부 수반도 저 남녀도 말이 용수 시험을 저 이시당도自动점 그렇게 카드로 남단단 말이죠. 또 남을 담은 번은 지든 숨보가 나온 저 그런 여러 전정으로 여러도 손에 좀 하지 되지. 상주 삼진 골라라도 그러던 데는 집에 던진 더 강성부 주변 모는데 장화단도 돈 놓나요. 대 넘버만 봐 선님죠. 전 초라 숨님 없이 진짜로 하고 싶은 게 많아. 그 정도 되는 되지. 또 근질지도 개한도 탐자랍도 어디서 저버려 탐지 홍화강 남서도 그거 대도 개설한데 정부 주제랍도 홍어를 저던 저듯이 저러나 저 바탕 저던 너무 성공한다 이 팀통에 대화전 지정들랍도 대성내는 뭐놈도 그냥 담지 많이 먹는 여러 대다가 말이 덕 용수가 지든 저도 샘슨 판벌지 저를 지금 그런 자가들 뭐담 신담들이 이제 나한테 이제 용좀도 놓던 바야다가들 돈 내는 덕을 놓더랍도 저 뭐 보셔 저게 로스톱 지셔저 남세요 선전 나나 판반 몽부르 Zambo Shuberman Tombaiki Zonzuta Kizoba, Tinjo Hermano Kiva, Nama, Kachichi, Tamchidam Jurver Show, Kamzombo Shuberman, Kamzombo Shubando, Sonam Tai, Dambagando, Jordan Chojan, Home Bonner to Berjo, Monum Jaron de Don Choco, some time Joak and La Panjich, and Zombo Gambejon, Manson in the Mali Tomberjo, Baba Zombo Shubermanum Jibos also, Jackerji. Kambon gena matra dang sir rin ja board dang lo za wan de yi xi de su ger jang lo za lo chin be ro za ni yi chin za ba wo啥地藏禅为什么要地藏禅
Praise of the Kshitigarbha?
啊
Why?
什么通知他那通知上让了。三年多把啥事能自己能写说三年不住跟几层层啥事真的那么用的大上生日工业人努力吃了啥子黄水就了生子多3年3针第二啥烂可啥子삽지들 쓰면 로또 진베르장 산더 남만 저르에 용강과 사이 함적 졸라 점들로 원장 박스는 상당 조던 좀 드르츠 침조 집진 근기죠 점바텔라 화들럭네 바 특제도는 졸라 점들도 람정 집제결이 용던 좀 남감조 제임갑도 교치버 제체스 Jim Ta Ye Janam Se, Jaram Zapam Tata Chonglander, Home Yondan Mori Wazarchi, Nimir Pam Tata, Thunder near Pansor Deji Parki Montova, Montova, Lapchim Chinlim Zapap Shamser, Toto, Jahora, Jayan Jitna Wanshi Kanda Zam, Mapam Lasso Jetcheta. Jetchi Senhuam Cho, Nam Karam Chochang Surta Le, Choshi Yil, some Jambe Rendo Nam, Yeljan Surla Tapram Pajis, Jerry, about Jetchi Tom Jo, Jara Namda, Yermi Kyoto Pe, Dala Chundun, Warnam Lago, Sorum Zodo, Salum Drondi. Tapir to Nichang, Sai Wanshi Jins, Jison Zana Sab Chud, Haram Pera, Satan Devi, Sarni Sarabjot, Samchung Jabber Show, Jitsu Jabba Trashi, Prashi zebji chi changzi zombanda, mabim jawar jibi, mesta jimda, korlu tse, nirdan lab ko pagelang per, sai nyawa chi chi tuk che tong, zabar munam jen tse ni bezir lami isi jimdra jindra, tendra kunra da so njer sho.这也同上呀。两个他整个不去小姐习俗，对让咱个这上了，这样整个。这阵的这个不累人呐，我所做罗浪就做工作什么的，把它早怎么中面上的员工不同。同不同，难得不，进不进，难得个，打我打样难得个，怎么怎样难得个，去不去样难得个，碰不碰样难得个，开不开样难得个，怎么怎样难得个，这比这样难得个，这样难得个，这比这样难得个，这样难得个，花样难得个，这比这样。지금 제안에 들고 탐빔 타양에 들고 저래 남들 차양 그 삼돈 저거 차양 그도 금페르 차양 그 제랑 나면 차양 그 나도 년종 차양 그 자시 김선 차양 그 로스테님 차양 그 점소동님 차양 그 접지원님 차양 하양 춘준 탭센 탭 하양 점소 미리레 마양 마저 뎀세뎀 녀마전도 귤로 다전도 가라 가속전도 섬 람세 람 나원전도 톱센도 초롱전도 떠르 장처전도 서로 거의 하양 그소 허이 하양디소 허라 하양 차소 차이 점소 메레레 하양거 마저 귤로 화르디 나원 톱세도 찬더라 마주라 양더고라 마님지 화른다산도 마이르지 라와 양베르 시그 강원주 양베르 지이강 첨라 양베르 메이강 지친 지기 점주 이제 양천 노르지 러원原来我们那个学啊
In Larungar, in the monastery, we had many monastics who didn't really have a very good materialistic providing. Therefore, Phuntsog Rinpoche then asked the monastics to chant the summoning of abundance. So we had this then Dharma assembly. In fact, this is not just a summoning for the wealth of materialistic wealth, it's also including the 7 jewels of noble ones.
Mashuk dorje stavar sta martag yongrong jindan kere nirdar jindak sartir jib chinchin jindar jejir jim rezan jindan herjir jib gandut pozum soba chadang yanga ngujub ka yirjin nobro hosan jaktir jiwan bab zambo jin chuzum sanji chaba chashi delag tangdar soro jitsir ka sumchi dinchir sani vyasa vyata tondiyana tema tagda chadang yang kubo gemsum ngusumdum tong rabseme 다른가 빛이 니르가란 치면 촉촉랑던 자로 디버 도르지 이김 솔레 쇼한 망갈람 에터 게고 망갈람 자메요바.
That's it, right? Otherwise, we don't really have time for a class, but I have to then continue to chant for the oral transmissions. So I've given you a few oral transmissions. There's the aspiration to the good actions and praise of Krishiti Garba and the summoning to the spirit of abundance, the hook of divine substance. Also, the first one I chanted was the Phuntsog Rinpoche's Guru Yoga. So those were the oral transmissions you received today. Today, I am giving you a class on the teachings given by Phuntsog Rinpoche. The original condition or the cause of giving this teaching was that when Phuntsog Rinpoche went to the West for the first time, and he gave this teaching in the West, and it is a video from then. So I've made it available before class. Also, you have the opportunity to watch it after this class within 7 days. And for those of you who don't really have the opportunity to then watch this video, then I think that you can study through reading the texts. Why do we study this? Because by this winter, Phuntsog Rinpoche will be the 16th year of Parinirvana, or since Phuntsog Rinpoche passed away. In fact, 98% of our audience, in fact, they are here because they are here because of Phuntsog Rinpoche's compassion and because of his magnetizing power. Even if those of you who are listening to this class, even if you do not feel that you're not connected to this lineage, but you are here because of the compassion of Phuntsog Rinpoche. So, the compassion from a great bodhisattva, or making such a connection to such bodhisattva, is of great benefit to you. Some of you probably have met Phuntsog Rinpoche before, probably met him in person, studied from him in person, or only heard of the voice of him, heard of the name of Phuntsog Rinpoche. But other than that, they feel nothing. And for this group of people who've never really met Phuntsog Rinpoche, who doesn't really have any feelings towards Phuntsog Rinpoche, I would say that there are in fact many ways to emerge or make connection to such great bodhisattvas. In fact, I think watching the video, watching the images from the video, it could be even a better way of creating such connection to the Guru. Many people would say, how? Because Phuntsog Rinpoche has already passed away for many years, and it's just an image. How can I make a better connection to him through this image? In fact, throughout history, there are so many great masters who've made great connections to one another through other means other than seeing them or studying from them in person. Such as Phuntsog Rinpoche had a great faith in Mipa Rinpoche. Just to give you an example, I was translating some of Phuntsog Rinpoche's teaching. He said that sometimes I feel really saddened because my root guru as well as Mipa Rinpoche, they all passed away. They are nowhere to be found in this world. But on the other hand, I do feel really happy and content because I wouldn't dream of them 5-6 times within a month. And I receive genuine blessings from them. And from such teaching like that, I think we can see how Phuntsog Rinpoche have deep devotion towards Mipa Rinpoche as well as the Tokga Rinpoche. And throughout the biography of Phuntsog Rinpoche, he stated that there are so many incidences in his dream he received blessings from Phuntsog Rinpoche directly. But Phuntsog Rinpoche passed away back in 1912, and Phuntsog Rinpoche, Mipa Rinpoche passed away in 1912, and Phuntsog Rinpoche was born in 1933. if by solely supplicating with great devotion, you can receive blessings from the great bodhisattvas in the dream, then you can see how important it is to then have supplication, to pray. Similarly, Jigme Limpa, who supplicated to Longchenpa and received blessings from him in his dream, and they have 300 years apart. So, for those of you who have deep devotion towards Phuntsok Rinpoche and to develop genuine faith towards Phuntsok Rinpoche, even through the means of video, then you will receive genuine blessings from him. In our dreams, the blessings probably is not as vivid as video, and the video teaching, you will be able to see how very detailed and very clear Phuntsok Rinpoche is moving around. You can see how Phuntsok Rinpoche would then look at to watch when the interpreter is interpreting, and sometimes he would scratch his head, and sometimes I also remember that Phuntsok Rinpoche didn't have the microphone on him. He was not aware of the microphone was hiding in the drawer, and afterwards, halfway through the teaching, he realized the microphone was in the drawer, but he's been speaking out loud. It's in the drawer, right? The microphone? Cabinet? Drawer or cabinet, the microphone was hiding there. All of those detailed manifestations, you'll be able to see the appearances, the face, the action, the speech. You see that very vividly. You receive such vivid blessings. Even for those of you who've never met him in person. There are people who said that, oh, I've dreamed of Phuntsok Rinpoche, I feel really happy. But in dream and the video, in some level, the video is more vivid than the dream. And if you have blessing, if you have devotion, you'll be able to receive the strong siddhi or blessings from Phuntsok Rinpoche. I think I've told the story that when we went to Colorado, in one of the center over there, he then watched a video from of an empowerment given by the second Dudrum Rinpoche. And then he prepared all the things and then watched the video of the Avalokiteshvara empowerment from second Dudrum Rinpoche. He said that he really wanted to meet second Dudrum Rinpoche in person, and similarly, second Dudrum Rinpoche really wanted to meet Phuntsok Rinpoche in person, but they never really had the opportunity. However, through the teaching, through the video, he felt that all the he followed the whole procedure of empowerment by chanting and by then following the whole process and recitation of the empowerment. Of course, I can't give you a certain answer saying that Phuntsok Rinpoche received the empowerment, but at least he received the genuine blessing. And this kind of genuine blessing, I think it's really important for those of you who've never met Phuntsok Rinpoche in person in this lifetime, and for all of you who are Buddhists, who are non-Buddhists, I really think you should cherish this opportunity to watch this video and make such a connection. There were a series of videos. We saved some of the audios and the videotapes, but the quality is rather very limited, very poor, because we brought some of the equipment back then. However, in the West, in United States, in Canada, in France, all of their equipment were better, similarly as the equipment in Malaysia, in Singapore. In all of those centers, they've saved lots of the video recordings back then, and because of their better equipment, the quality was better. So I think through this way, by playing this video, I really hope that you can receive more blessings and more wisdom. Otherwise, I think for many people who've never really met Phuntsok Rinpoche, who've never heard the voice or never heard the teaching from Phuntsok Rinpoche directly, then it feels that maybe for those of you, it's very difficult for you to give genuine devotion, to give rise to genuine devotion. And then maybe you would feel that lots of the teachers who are still in this world, and for those of you who have great devotion towards them, that's great. But from my perspective, I think for those of you who have the opportunity to supplicate to such great teacher, to supplicate to such great bodhisattva, it is really important and precious. And if you don't do so, then it would be such a pity, such a loss. When teachers are alive, then it is great that you listen to them in person. But when they're no longer abiding in this world, then watch the video is also a great way of receiving blessings. You can say that I dreamed of Mipa Rinpoche, I dreamed of Longchenpa, and because of that, my devotion and my bodhicitta have then elevated or have then increased. Then that's also really great. But through watching such video of a great master like him, maybe you will be able to give rise to even firm trust and devotion. If you have great devotion, then you'll be able to have a better understanding, have a better blessing. But if you don't have devotion, there are people who served the teacher for many years in a close distance, such as Devadatta, who then was around the Buddha for many, many years, and yet he did not have the right view. It doesn't matter how long you stay close to a Lama. If your mind does not change, even if you meet a genuine teacher in person, I'm not sure how much of a help it would be. Everyone's connection is very different. If you've already have such auspicious connection, even you've never met Phuntsok Rinpoche in person, at least through this video, you should be able to receive the genuine, true benefit. After the passing of the Guru, his Dharma teaching is really valuable, and it is extremely important to compile his teaching. Why is that? Because at the moment that we took refuge from this particular lineage, then we are responsible of continue this legacy. Why is that? Because when a king, after he built the country, after the king passed away, then the citizens of this country may be flourishing, and then after this country is really prosperous, there are different people coming from different countries, and at that time, when the people coming from different countries, they are drawing this nationality, then the heritage of culture, of material, of all of the aspect of this particular nation, then the citizens have responsibility to protect all of this inheritance from this country. You cannot say that I've joined the nationality, but I have nothing to do with this country. You can say that, isn't it? You probably never had any faith. You probably converted from a different faith. But after you join Buddhism, then the teachings from this particular guru, then you have the responsibility to continuously to propagate, to protect, and to inherit all of the wealth that's left by the king who built the country, or by the Dharma master. For those of you, there are people who said that, well, you've met Phuntsog Rinpoche, therefore you are responsible, but I've never met him. How am I responsible? You can't say that, because let's think about Shakyamuni Buddha. After 12 years of passing into parinirvana, there was the first compilation of his teaching, and then after 80 years there was the second compilation of his teaching. After 300 or 1200 years, there are different ways of saying it anyways, but that was the third compilation. So the Pali teaching, then the Sanskrit teaching, and then all the different Tripitakas were then compiled together. Therefore, out of different connections that we have, it is important for us to inherit the teachings from this lineage. I think lots of people are really confused. They're confused about what lineage they follow. They don't know what great masters they have throughout the lineage. They don't know what kind of great activities, great bodhisattva activities, as well as propagation of the Dharma they've done. You probably never really witnessed those in person, but you are in the protection of them when you are studying in this lineage. Therefore, you should actively to protect the lineage, to then inherit the lineage, to continue to propagate the legacy of the lineage. In such a way, you'll be able to receive the uncommon blessings from the lineage as well. If you feel nothing about this lineage, if you don't feel any devotion towards the lineage, if you only see all the masters from this lineage as some professors from universities, and just as a professor who passed away in a university, the students may not feel saddened, they may not really feel quite important to inherit the teaching, and they probably only even feel that, what does it have to do with me? this is then a wrong method to follow than the ones to follow in Buddhism.
那么这一点呢，我想就是包括现在在东
To
方
give you
的话
an
呢，就是有些
example,
寺院呀
in the
哈
East,
有些
many monasteries,
就是佛学院的话呢，就是对这个
some
传承的这个
shudras
重视啊，包括
or Buddhist
这个
academies,
上师们的
they
延继的话呢，那么就是
then
已经
attach
过了
great importance to their gurus, to their lineages.
就是对他
Even after hundreds of years of passing of their lineage masters, they will continuously to host parinirvana ceremonies for their lineage masters. And in the West, there are some really wonderful ways of commemorating their gurus as well.
就是他是应该87年圆寂的。
A few years ago, a few years ago, I got to know that Trungpa Rinpoche, on his 25th parinirvana, his disciples started this great project, and the project is called the 25 Projects or 25 Wishes of 25th anniversary, and they then invest about $10 million into protecting the Dharma teachings and his legacy, including his Dharma teachings, videos, audios, and his speech given in different institutions and schools and universities. They will all compile that all together, including, on top of that, there are movies as well as stories of disciples encountering them, encountering Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche in person, to preserve the objects that he used in his life. And some of the live photographs as well as videos and audios were all collected. It is not like that when the disciples would take the photo of the guru or take some videos of the guru, and then later when the guru passed away, all of those videos and audios became a personal property. It's not like that at all. They all contributed together to make the legacy more vivid. So, to our Lama or old Heshang or monk or the teacher, when they pass away, do not just celebrate by host some kind of parinirvana ceremony to offer flowers, offer lamps, and offer some food offerings, and that's it. On one hand, yes, it's very simple. But on the other level, I think it is not protecting the multiculturalism in humanity. It is not protecting the spiritual wealth in humanity. I think we should use different methods to commemorate our teachers, to commemorate the teachings. Although this video clip of teaching is really short, but it has some very unusual characteristics. When I first received this video, I was really happy. I know that Phuntsok Rinpoche had lots of videos especially in the West. He's given the empowerment of wrathful Padmasambhava as well as the Mahaati perfection, great perfection, or there are some Dorje Cholo practices and so on. Phuntsok Rinpoche passed away for over a decade. For those of you who've never met Ponsok Rinpoche. By watching this video, does this video change the devotion in your mind? I really hope by watching this video, which is the open talk rather than those of the videos I just talked about are the Vajrayana or the secret teachings. But this one, it also gives the pith instruction and it's a hard advice from Ponsok Rinpoche. For those of you, if you can have unwavering devotion in the three jewels, and then you are a successful Buddhist. If you can receive such pith instruction from Ponsok Rinpoche, then listening to this teaching is really meaningful and valuable. Therefore, I think that's why it's really important to listen to this teaching. You can also think about it for yourself. If you were the one to give a teaching in the West, to give a speech, and there's someone translating for you, how would you feel? Because at that time, Ponsok Rinpoche didn't really prepare, didn't really spend the time to prepare before the class. In fact, this is not his habit. And he just started to articulate so well in that class. It sounds very simple. It talks about the three jewels. But the logic is immaculate. He was really eloquent, and the teaching was so profound. So I hope all of you take this opportunity to study this teaching because it has the inner, outer, and secret pith instructions within. I'll just share a bit of my memory. I'll give you the introduction of how Ponsok Rinpoche then traveled to the West. At first, he departed from Chengdu in 1993 on June the 15th. He then flew from Chengdu he flew to Guangzhou, and from Guangzhou to Hong Kong, then to Hong Kong to Tokyo, Japan, and then to Hawaii. And then he went to the center called Nechung. Over there was a Tibetan Buddhist temple. There was an old Lama. Last few years, he was still there. He actually collected the Tibetan boots of Ponsok Rinpoche, and that old Lama kept that boots for many years. But last few days, he passed away in his hometown. Last few years, he wanted to invite me to go back to Hawaii again. I said sure, but it didn't really happen due to different reasons. He was very sweet to us. A memory that I want to share with you is that back at that time, it was not of a time that we can call other people at the time. At that time, there was the beginning model of a cellular phone, which is as big as a brick. And I had to call the Serta County from his cellular phone. I said, "Can I please use it?" And he was happily to help. And when I was using it, another Khenpo came to me. He was very happy, saying that this is extremely expensive. Don't use it. In fact, the old Lama was very compassionate. He said, no, it's okay. It's not going to be that expensive. Just call and report that you're safe and it's fine. Anyhow, I'm not going to expand too much on that story. We then went to San Francisco, and then Colorado, and then Oregon, and then Washington, D.C., and then New York, and then to Boston, and then to Canada, to Halifax. In fact, lots of the teachings given in those places before Canada were not really recorded except in Canada. Can you see properly? The red line is not so viewable, isn't it? Anyhow, after we arrived in Canada, Canada is really beautiful. Last few years, I really wanted to go. The people over there in Canada were really nice. You can see that in the video when Pansar Rinpoche said, "Now all of you are Buddhists now," and the people started laughing. I think there are two reasons behind why people were laughing. On one hand, I think they laughed because in Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche's center, you have to then apply for taking refuge vow in advance. But on that day, Pansar Rinpoche was very skillful. He then gave the refuge vow right away, and people felt that, oh, it's so simple, I'm a Buddhist. On top of that, there are Westerners in their Western tradition. Maybe some of the way of taking refuge vow will be different. Therefore, people were laughing. Pansar Rinpoche, he himself also said, he said out of all the places that he went to, in fact, Canada is the most beautiful. At that time, we were really happy. I also noticed that the Canadians, they had lots of devotion. The signs that's made by Trungpa Rinpoche were still very much available and were very much present in the center. Some of the seed syllables were present in the centers. People would fold their hands even by looking at the seed syllables written by Trungpa Rinpoche. I was really moved by their devotion. People without devotion, of course, they feel that what's to fold your hands about in front of a word, in front of a letter home. Or there's the ashe, that is very simple, but those kind of seed syllables were framed, which look very simple. But the disciples would fold their hands and pay reverence to those letters as well. So the teaching was given in that center. At the beginning, I was listening to the lecture, but later on, I went out to take photographs, and I was a little late, and I was packing, and lots of things were happening. And then we flew to France from Canada, and then from Paris we flew to Montpellier, and then we went back to Paris, and then flew to Hong Kong, from Hong Kong to Taiwan, from Taiwan back to Hong Kong again, and from Hong Kong directly flew back to Chengdu. And on the day of arrival, it was September 14th. It was over 3 months when we arrived back to Larongar. The places that we went to, I, in fact, then transcribed it and written it down in words in short, as a short record. So back in 1993, that was the first time that Pansar Rinpoche went to the West. it was also the last time to United States and Canada. But the influence and the blessings is completely different than us, who probably went there many times or been there for many times. The blessings and the influence that he left behind is completely unfathomable. So I think it's quite important to constantly, with devotion, to wholeheartedly supplicate and wholeheartedly to watch this teaching on video. Jamgon Kongtrul Rinpoche, in his supplication to the Guru, he said that you have to have this uncommon and very genuine longing to the teacher. When you have such calling to the teacher from afar, then you'll be able to receive the uncommon blessings. On the other hand, you may feel that there's so many videos. There are the MOOC teachings from different universities, and so many people who are very articulate. The professors and the speakers, very articulate. They can give hundreds of classes, hundreds of videos that's available online. Yes, from the academics' point of view, this teaching given by Phuntsok Rinpoche is probably no more than those teachings. And in the past few days, Wow, the cell phone from Yushu County is very loud. What was I talking about? I also got some feedback from people who watched this video. There are people who received the blessing from Phuntsok Rinpoche, and I really hope that more and more people, after studying, you'll receive such blessings and such transformation. So simply over here, I'll give you some summary in my simple language. At the beginning of the teaching, Phuntsok Rinpoche talked about the favorable conditions, such as being reborn in the southern continent, to have the well-favored human body, to have the auspicious connections, especially encountering the good teacher. I think now we've already received all of these favorable conditions. The second part, Phuntsok Rinpoche then talked about the three faiths that derived from having devotion towards the three jewels. Over here, the devotion of attraction or faith due to attraction, and then faith of or eager faith to follow the Dharma, and then the confident faith. Those are quite different than the way we usually talk about. Phuntsok Rinpoche talked about to have the faith of a joyous attraction towards the Buddha, and have the faith to eagerly study and following the Dharma teachings. And the third one talks about the third one talks about confident faith towards the Sangha. This is very unusual. I've never heard of this kind of teaching from anywhere. Through Sandy Kondro's translation, she also translated the first one as a faith derived from attraction and joy. By simply looking at the image of the Buddha, you should have this attraction towards the Buddha and a joyous mind towards the Buddha. And then Phuntsog Rinpoche talked about the compassion and wisdom as well as his power of the Buddha. Because in the West, the audience really like compassion. Therefore, Phuntsog Rinpoche in the video, he elaborated more in compassion aspect, such as the love and sympathy and equanimity, and how Buddha treated and helped sentient beings even during causal stage and so on. And in terms of power, we often feel that we really want to benefit sentient beings, yet we don't have such power to benefit them. We would feel that I'm so eagerly wanting to benefit the sentient beings. I'm in a rush, I'm in a hurry, so much in a hurry to benefit sentient beings. But if you don't have the power that Buddha possessed, then it doesn't matter how much you're in rush, it doesn't matter. It won't help. And then in terms of that, and then Phuntsog Rinpoche talked about the body, mind, speech. The body of the Buddha, of course, he's got all the marks and characteristics. Also, Phuntsog Rinpoche talked about the image of the Buddha, which is beneficial by simply looking at it. That is unsurpassable by the mundane people. The second one talks about the disciple follow the teaching of the Buddha and continue to propagate the teaching of the Buddha, so that sentient beings will be able to continuously to benefit from the teaching of the Buddha. And to the sentient beings who do not understand the language, such as animals, even if you listen, those animals listen to the drum sound or the sound of conch, of propagation of the Dharma, then they will be able to receive the blessings and be able to liberate in a short period of time. And then the power, that was the power of speech, and then the power of mind is that the mind could then manifest as well as manifest in both form and formless ways to benefit sentient beings. That's the power of mind. And in terms of Dharma, it was the Dharma of not harming sentient beings, the four Dharmas of Shramana, where Phuntsog Rinpoche talked about do not harm, do not abandon one's own path, and do not disturb others' mind. I think you all know the Shramanas, the four Dharmas, don't you? The teaching of benefiting all sentient beings is only taught in the Buddha Dharma. And for people who follow such mind of not benefiting and of not harming others, yet only benefiting all sentient beings, then if a family practices it, the family will be happy, and the society practices it, the society would receive happiness, and the countries practice it, the country would be able to receive such happiness. And if the whole world practice such teaching, the whole world will be happy. So if only one person practices it, the one person will be able to receive such happiness. Therefore, in the translation of Sanjay Khandro, she translated it as that eagerness to follow the teaching. Because this is the Dharma that could lead sentient beings to happiness. I didn't really have time to watch it. I only read the words when I was then going through. When I was going through the scripts, today I had the whole day meeting with electricity as well as the electricity poles and all the equipment. Now I'm only thinking about those kind of terminologies. So right now I'm not remembering lots of the sceneries from that moment. So the last one talk about the faith of confidence. The faith of confidence talk about the benefiting self, which is practiced by the Hinayana practitioners and the Hinayana practitioners and the Mahayana practitioners, which practice the Dharma of benefiting others, as well as Mantrayana practitioners who use skillful means to practice to benefit others. So, to take faith, confidence in the Sangha, who do not deceive others, who have only the mind to benefit others, they are the ones who are the refuge place. Of course, are the ones over here. The Sangha refers to the ones who do not have a malicious mind. So it talks about the faith, the faith, pure faith. The second one talks about the eager faith, and third one talks about the confident faith. Nowadays, what's lacked the most in this society is faith and confidence. But in the Sangha, they are the place of refuge, especially the place of refuge for confident faith. So therefore, Phuntsog Rinpoche then asked, do you like the three jewels by this point? If you do, then raise your hand, I'll give you a refuge vow. So there are people who then wanted to take refuge vow. Therefore, I'll give you the refuge vow. For those of you who want to take it, then you can take refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and take refuge to Phuntsog Rinpoche. And I will here recite the refuge vow 3 times. Repeat after me.
Ogendan la tiasum chu, lama la tiasum chu, sandye la tiasum chu, chula tiasum chu, ogendan la tiasum chu, lama la tiasum chu, sandye la tiasum chu, chula tiasum chu, ogendan la tiasum chu.
Now you're Buddhists. After you receive the refuge vow, there are so many merits, such as longevity, such as not disturbed by maras, and such as in lifetimes you will not be departed from the clarity and light and luminosity of the three jewels. After you take refuge in the Buddha, you do not then take refuge in any other gods. Second, after you take refuge in the Dharma, you do not listen to the heterodox path. You do not follow the heterodox path. And after taking refuge in the Sangha, then you do not follow the heterodox practitioners. And then you'll also be able to receive the merits of wealth the spiritual wealth, because the wealth that you would receive is more and surpass the material wealth that is accumulated by the Rockefeller family. And he then said that I'm now using the honest and direct language and give my teaching. In fact, Phuntsog Rinpoche at that time, he went to the West for the first time. He gave this logical teaching, talk about the three refuge, and talk about compassion. In fact, at that time, the organizer requested him to talk about compassion and wisdom, but Phuntsog Rinpoche said that I am using my language to give you more profound teaching on the wisdom and compassion, as well as the wisdom compassion of the Buddha. I really feel that this kind of teaching given by Phuntsog Rinpoche for people who are really wise, you can then adapt a similar kind of train of thinking or way of speaking, just like Phuntsog Rinpoche, with or without interpreter beside you, you'll be able to then give a better speech. And you can contemplate whether you can give such teaching. You can contemplate whether you'll be able to do a better job or even something similar to match up with Phuntsog Rinpoche without any preparation, but just on the spot, spontaneously. Also, for Buddhists, you should then contemplate, do I have such faith? Do I have such kind of faith that I have this very simple attraction and joyous mind when I look at the Buddha? Do I have this eagerness to follow the path of the teaching of the Buddha Dharma? And do I have the full confidence and such faith towards the Sangha? Many people who've probably taken refuge vow for many, many years, but really look into your heart and mind. Do you have such understanding and such faith towards the three jewels? This is my wish, and this is an auspicious arising today, to hope that you can then start your practice and start the connection to Phuntsog Rinpoche. I think now we have 14 languages translated from this video. Hopefully, by the end of the year, we'll have more languages, including the 5 continents, the languages and countries from 5 continents. So maybe we, as the disciple of Phuntsog Rinpoche, I myself have received lots of teachings from Phuntsog Rinpoche. Therefore, every one of us who've received a teaching from Phuntsog Rinpoche, one way or another, we should try to inherit the wisdom passed down from Phuntsog Rinpoche and propagate such wisdom to people with the blessings from Manjushri, blessings from the lineage masters, and through the thusness from the blessings of thusness and blessings of auspicious arising. I give this teaching and hope that all of you will be able to then propagate such teaching, and maybe it will be an auspicious coincidence for you or auspicious arising for your Dharma teaching career. The lineage disciples, I really hope that you can then contemplate, to think, to reflect in terms of the non-materialistic inheritance, the spiritual wealth, the inheritance. In the West, when we talk about inheritance, There are the inheritance of spiritual wealth as well as materialistic wealth. But in the East, when we talk about inheritance, we only talk about some cars and house and bank accounts. However, towards the Buddhists, I really think it's quite important to think about the spiritual heritage. I went to Qingdao and saw where Master Fa Xian landed back to Qingdao around Laoshan area. I think in Qingdao nowadays they are currently building something to remark that part of the history. Similarly, I hope for Buddhists who want to make a contribution to maintain the teaching of your guru and your teachers, then it is quite important to invest in ways such as in on the website, the pictures, videos, and audios should be then kept, should be digitized. This is quite important, very necessary. The second one is that the teachings, the written teachings, should be then translated, and many different versions should be quite necessary, such as the Diamond Sutra has many different versions of translation, similarly as same as Vimalakirti Sutra. So Phuntsok Rinpoche's teachings, I think it is quite necessary to translate those Dharma teachings into many different languages and translate them into different versions. And the third one is that Phuntsok Rinpoche, the materialistic or the material or things that he used while he was alive, even a bowl, even a mala, even some things that he used. There are people who are selling those, saying that, oh, this is used by Phuntsok Rinpoche, therefore I am then auctioning it. Some may be the things that was used by Phuntsok Rinpoche, and some may not. So I think it's quite important to keep the material of Phuntsok Rinpoche. In Germany, Italy, they're doing a wonderful job of keeping their heritage of the famous people. Even after hundreds of years, the books and even their rooms were kept in the same way. So I think the libraries and the museums, you should then keep different separate rooms or have separate exhibition halls for the things that Phuntsok Rinpoche used before. The fourth aspect is to categorize as well as to then keep all of the things in order. In the West, it is quite easy to find videos and audios of the teacher's teachings. When you go to the West, you will be able to find the teachings of different teachers, famous or not. You'll be able to find the videos and audios and pictures from them in Western centers. But in the East, it seems that we don't have such a mentality. Now it seems that we don't really care about the pictures and audios and videos, but after hundreds of years, then these are the precious wealth that you can be kept for the next generation. Maybe by then, the gold, silver, crystal, those are no longer valuable, but the teaching, the videos, the recording of the teaching would be the most important and most precious. When the teacher is alive, famous or not, the disciples do not attach great importance to the teaching, to keeping record of the teaching, keeping the record of the teacher. But after the teacher passes away, you may then feel regret that you never really kept the record. So the fourth one is keeping record. The fifth one is that on different dates, such as after Phuntsok Rinpoche passed for so and so years, I'm currently translating a booklet that was then compiled by a group of volunteers over here. I'm currently translating that. So I hope on some special days, on the Parinirvana Day or some special days, you can then study and chant all these teachings together, to study it together. I think Larungar is a significant place to commemorate Phuntsok Rinpoche, because after years of passing, the Sangha are still studying, contemplating, and practicing over here in Larungar. So this is the blessings of Phuntsok Rinpoche, and something that we can commemorate him about. That is then the spiritual wealth that we can commemorate him. These are just some of my thoughts. In the West and in the East, many of us, we remember our teachers, but what can we do in our actions? What can we do to propagate, to then start a project systematically to propagate and to keep the heritage of Phuntsok Rinpoche, to continue his legacy? The Parinirvana Day celebration is then celebrated in India, in Larungar. Especially in Larungar, it is a big ceremony. But we should not be content only by a ceremony. We should then use different ways to commemorate him, so that his teaching would touch more people's heart. This is something that we should all contemplate. Use different technology, use other different skillful means. That's something that everyone should contemplate upon. Some people don't have the ability to open up or brainstorm, open up their way of thinking. There are people who don't have ability to participate in activity. But what I think is that for those of you who call yourself as disciples of Phuntsok Rinpoche, it is quite important to do something to continue his legacy. I myself think that Phuntsok Rinpoche, in fact, has such great blessings. Just as Lirab Limpa, whomsoever wants hear his name will be able to then dispel the obstacles. Of course, such kind of blessings are not recognized by other people, but by people from our own lineage. Then you should then at least have some kind of insights. I myself, whenever I walk down and up the hill to go back home, I would supplicate to Phuntsok Rinpoche and recite this verse in my heart. Going back home or coming down to the shrine hall, in the airplane, in the train, in the car, anytime, whenever I have time. Whenever I don't have other chantings, I would then chant this one wholeheartedly. So this is written by Phuntsok Rinpoche, where it says that by the blessings of Manjushri. So for those of you who want to receive the blessings, the wisdom and compassion from Phuntsok Rinpoche, you have to do something about it. That is to supplicate genuinely and one-heartedly. So whenever you're watching this video, do not view it as some ordinary video, but view it as that you are looking at Phuntsok Rinpoche in your pure vision, your sacred outlook. Not only that you're seeing him, you're seeing his appearance, you're actually receiving the teaching and genuine blessing from him. So next time when you talk about it, you're not looking or listening to Phuntsok Rinpoche's teaching in the video. You're in fact receiving the teaching from the sacred outlook. Not only that you receive such teaching from your sacred outlook and from your insights, from your realization, you translated it into different language. And once you have such faith, the blessing will be very different.
Sonam doi tanche zubanya tona nibe jana pashe cha jirga na jiran
Chibaya, Jabim Zulim Joab Judvara Sham Diba Sanjanam Chokjayam Jitina Dana Kamjim Chipara Kaya Mapshin de Taram Yedavaram Samdo Shanchivaram Barasandibshin Chokjagane Janam Janyada Pate Tadia Chirions Dagparajir Shanchibishan Wan Josher Deravatan Sardi Tiji Rapta Kavarasho Shokji Simchana Kanam Janyada Pate Tatan Mid Devarajir Doa Kanje Chuji Tunamanam Tambaram Chircharewa Depression Shanchibishan Dabshila Jam Doa Kanda Tiwa Temperature Terabakandam Chambu Tivana Tagtab Dagna Raptam Jambarasho Jaravakanji Jism of Jeradev Zambu Shirpayon Zobshirija Satamam Shirpa Jamilion Dagaba Tagta Manyam and Jamila Juparasho Taika Dalatan of Janakala Jalama Tata Mayekanam Dam Doa Kanjida Namanchatambar Tamchalakata Daki Chutanando Tisham Parashanara Zanadev Shanjibasimna Namiam Jirma Jira Digbagan Namaja Parakirpata Tetagamali Yonsuf Shavarasho Litam Yodamov Darjin Namadim Turjan Jitin Doa Namsaya Chatarapan Mochima Charpavshan Yarda Namkar Topa Metarvshat Jangam Chundam Shonam Chazambar Ngan so do Malarapta Javar Shilab Deva Tagalan Doa Kam Godaja Doa Tamjadalana Pambarabshat Sanchab Jarbayon Zop Shirja Simjana Dakam Shulatam Tambaram Jib Zambo Shurpa Tagana Raptanaja Maam Karapai Kandab Shulparabjir Dakap should have done some better come should have bad. They took a down a time drop but a show. Lay down a number down a sim jam. Should have bad the dam or lemon cheat. The lap and better do the bird dog boat. The zombo should have bad up the tumbanam. They took a down a chapter show. They took a duggy namia the Marion. Sondi Jim Kurvim Gumbo Nam Gumsum took the game Jelavata. Mawam Karapak and the mature. Churpaja Churj. Jaravan and Jetambo Chums and a jam, Shan Chubib should have back and then now wherever she lives on board should have been and better young wire. Mawam Karapak and the Chilpurj. To the path him to the Tayam Korwanam, so Namayashi Taganam as a Lavni, Taptanga Shira, but Tamzan and Amtarada, Yundan and Ganjim as a Lamzotum. Darjitana, Daranya Janam and De Jantar Samji make up a sardinum, Sardi DJ win up Jibala, Shanchip Shalabab Jam Davarabji. Tehtar Malay Tam to the Shosaya, Jatsaman Chula, Dixaman Sarinelaki, Sardi Jamzo Janam and Jamzo Dan, Karapa Jamzo Jarab Tanji, Sochi and Laga Jamzu, Dekalaji, Jaravak and Yan Laganam Tagapam, Doak and Jim Samba Chip Janaya, Sardi Sola Tagatam Jiparabji, Tisam of Sharpa Jaravat, Jelatagam, Korlon, Saranam, Korwai, Tetakaya. Soyam Mabzalala, Loit of Jeep Dagajar of them. Maam Karapatam Jim Jeeperea, Kachi, Chiki, Dagajam Jeeperea, Kayam Karapati, Saman Sarateta, Kachi, Chashi, Jina, Jeeperevshit. This some of Shakaba, Maya, Sangeka, they took a Kachi, Chilab, the Gipta, Tata, they took a Napsho Yalala, Jamara Jerpanam Tarat of Jimji. Kaya, Tisamataka, Jam Korapa, they took up the cheat on them, Umbrella, they tell my name. Shonaman Tamjada, Jaravata, Janam Kolamji, Kayam Mapshin Jitin, Durmanam, Shancheverim, Berem Tanjam, Korlom, Korum, Yang and Deepa up the Jam Tarton, Gombo, Kanji, on the Damshow, Condemn your weave them to the Tonamada, Kanego, Takaput of Tatam, Kanda Yondan of Sholaput on Namada, Kanda Chapa Shamba Takato, Kanegi Wim Sonamad Tagada. Chapa me para kirpa yeshi to ba shera batap tam tam zana to tagaki shanchapa to namayan tagad parvshet leji to namayon sa tagap shiri jam nyumo to namagandam jam parvshet daje to namato milarap shiri jam zambo shurpa to nam zo parvje janama jam so number tagap shiri jam simjana jam so tagana number dur chunama jam so raptam thom shiri jam yeshi jam so Rapta Toppershit, Sherpa Jamso, number Tapshiri Jam, Mulama Jamso, Yonso, Zopershit. Raptam Chupshida Jam, Karapa Jamsurum, Chapurabja, Kayantism of Sharpa, Jarava, Shanchab, Shurpa, Molam Shitra, Nama, Zambo, Shurpi, Shanchab, Sardine, Tekanam Dagi, my lips, Zoperabja, Jarava can jeti, Toba, Kanga, Mana, Kantab, Zanjibsha. Keep at the dance on for a jap of shutter, gave one the time shutter at the moon. The tongue of tongue, the Janam, the Jam, Chopin, and the Janam, your dapa. Moab Zambum, keep and Chandawa, Dame the Jan, the dance on for a show. Can they give up Zambo, Japper of Shutter, Jam for a gina, more than Japper of you. Mamam Karapak and the mature, Dave, Shawa, my name's on purge. Shorpatan Sayuda Makirji, Yundanam Jans have only Perasho, Shorpats and Merepalan in a jam, they tam Tarpatam Chadam Savarji, Namkim Tartu Kirpachatam Bara, Simchana Malim Tayan, Devjanante, Chatamalitam, your mom Tajaraba, Daka Molam Tayan, Tezamo. Kayam Shokji Janam Tai Barim Chinabian Gelavanam Label Hatam Yev Devan Chonamajan Jangab Demir Karparam Paravabi Kangi Mova Jarapun the two names Shanchibin Chok Jisura Motion Lanchik Zamiam Tapa Tepanam So Naman Tambim Jordan Dem Gerero 刚给不上是木了们的代币，得能俺从他们这的帮我人家，得能找不俺把的帮我也能我们太得样的没人同。错么亲的样得得那不然，跟得上不得样现在玩得得让不了么头个得不是那么点，咱们人家不得个地板那么刚个么喜欢给皮白的，得不上不是办的觉得那么的嘛里用是想玩么点，一时当那是当咱那当里当看到那么当不人点，那当么当个忙不得么太文节真是不。跟那去不人家，上去不像万中的点人着，送你心只能盘是的点的的，上去不上进苦落的苦的，那么的当几百他们知的，刚阳上不是不么那么的，墙外当那蹲他们老那样，的南北的门把上进天南上去本出来送你买皮筋。咱们活的话，我只得人听不当，跟得上不得样的不是能的，得大个跟姐姐什大个头不是的，给完的大个他们吃的的我，第四么是个不点的话，他们吃的节我刚来吃个的那个班的，大个给我3万的可能讲上不就是的的我的姐，大个男吃面的不是的班那这班他们吃的大个男生吃的的，我什么那晚。Time tem thonim deva chanje jan tere raptam ru tere soni na mulam da ta jam tham chile malim mundam jir varasho Daki on sa kam jitin chitil sim janam pambarj jalab jan kurab san ga va tere pamu tamba khandam zili ji nawam thaim jirvim on samanda long tan bayam daki tere tobsho Tere nab dagi long tanarab tavanim to the pam bob jim jay loye to jeep shot nam sayang sim jana nam la bamba mambob Zambu jib monam tambaya giwa chong zala daki jabsaba denam drova monam giwa nam kachi chiki tham jalam jarvarasho Kayam zambu jibam dam bim so nam thai damba kantode Doa de ngala chevara shawanam ola wa mel banira bathoparasho Yal bonda tagam chapa zon tain doa kala tham shili jang kandab zambo jambu jon travate nan son in mamali stovara sandir kasamamni shanlavadam chunyala mangira dimba shanlavda gimdana mabshanam damba shanlavaji chatara moa molama deparasha Tanayada panzanandaya awam budana zohai Pamediti durji danjamji Rabanam rababira balamba karamanto londa Riba kwachim shimji Mide panzo jabla survandi Tejadar gomba shanna banyanaji Kiyana chitam dibir shinji lavam Surta etodud miran salanga milad Handavarukim dipabam jova Sasama jarava jamsum channi Jegala shinchina baba shipa Soloma mida chansar Hova nyam tagamdur Takpaya shi nawam chok zalub jam Sob shala mojiba nyam jir Jonki jibzal Mala sarvandi Katsimam jir durji shi Tanam channim zarbim shok jam Korlo chabanyim jala chaya Tamsi samayim tamdru tamdi Nanta chong jir jir chabni Jarva tip jada zammo tam tabdana tam chong jam sunim ti Tob bayo milan haksam bimburim manli Dottanam japa gimsan bara jir jim Lapa samdan ngaranin zambayam Dipa sokchi nindara yonga jan Tata shala jibim shavi talam diwar Tabtanam shagam taram diwar
这样这个之前我稍微说2句啊。第一件事情呢，这次我们这个普贤云拱啊，就来了一些。